What's cracking, YouTube? It's your Loke Phantom Loke, aka Silk the Lokester, and this is Keeping It 3100.
I see you folks clicking up, looking like you tough, acting like you baby now, nigga. Walk around with that flag out your pocket until the real come and ask what you claiming now, nigga. 1, 2, 3, oh shots from a loose cannon and it's blazing through your torso, nigga. 1, 2, 3, oh shots from a loose cannon and it's blazing through your doors now, nigga.
Yeah, nigga, that Loke is back. Come to your section, them shells rat-a-tat-tat. Cause what you banging, what you claim, you know what's up. If a person know, got that dagger exposing your fucking guts. Yeah, that blue been in me. Free my big cousin, cuz like me. Our gang's different, but we both bleed blue. Heart pump no Kool-Aid, them shots come through. I stay true blue, been true to that blue. Been true to the cause, so what about you? For all who's just tuning in, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. And today we're going to talk about a topic that I've been wanting to talk about. And it's going to get under a lot of people's skins, but I don't give a fuck. Because these motherfuckers is so fucking delusional for decades. Not years, not months, decades. Closed-minded people, man. So today we're going to talk about Cr1pp1n in the DMV. That includes Washington, D.C. That includes the Bloods, too. We're going to talk about all that today. All these years, all these decades, all the natives been talking about, oh, there's no Crips and Bloods in D.C. We don't do that here. We don't do that shit, man. Shut the fuck up, first of all. Y'all motherfuckers stuck in y'all ways and shit. Even when y'all notice that y'all city is getting gentrified every single motherfucking day, things are changing and shit, and y'all stuck to the same things. Like as if them days is going to come back. Them days are fucking gone. They're never going to come back. Get over it. Hey, I like go-go too, but what are people doing nowadays? Drill music. Taking it from Chicago and all that. Why do you think the murder rate is so high? Motherfuckers want to be like they from Chicago and shit. And that's crazy because I saw an interview where DC natives was talking about these niggas want to be like they from out of town with this Crippin' and blood and shit. No. You motherfuckers want to be like from out of town because you guys want to be like the niggas from Chicago. Fuck you talking about? See, if you're not a Crip or a Blood or a Folk or, you know what I'm saying, under a flagship or anything like that, and you don't understand the concept of this shit, then you have no reason to even speak on this shit at all. Because there's a lot of things that separates us from y'all. What separates us from y'all? We believe in unity, honest brotherhood. That's why, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to this shit right here, for instance, that DC and Baltimore beef and shit, you got some sets out in Baltimore that might be cool with some sets that's in DC and vice versa. So because of the politics and all that, we're not going to trip on that shit. We're not going to trip on that DC, Baltimore shit because we're going to see each other as, you know what I'm saying, oh, cuz over there from 6 Deuce East Coast. And cuz over there is from Harlem 30s. They allies, you know what I'm saying? So it's rolling coastal. If you really look at it, it's really a bridge. Bridging the gaps. You know what I'm saying? Because, to be honest, I don't even know what the whole Baltimore and DC beef is about anyway. I never even knew how it fucking started. Because, first of all, I'm not a fucking native. You know what I'm saying? My roots are not from DC nor Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? My roots are from fucking Mississippi and overseas. So I don't even understand that shit anyway. Me, y'all representing the same hood and shit, but y'all motherfuckers not even loyal to each other nowadays, especially nowadays. Cause nigga, you grew up in the sandbox and all that, you know. You guys might go to the same school, might come from the same place and all that, but one individual might be liked by everybody else while the other one's been treated like a, you know what I'm saying, like a buster and all that. And then all of a sudden this animosity starts building up And now there's infighting in your hood and all that. Now, it's the same thing in LA too, you know what I'm saying? Because in LA, they see this Crippin' and Blood and thing as a hood thing, you know what I'm saying? Like how DMV niggas see their hoods, you know what I'm saying? Like, same thing. But us out of town Crips and Bloods see it very differently than LA Crips and Bloods. And another thing, why bash us when you guys have a whole fucking gay crew having their own section in DC and shit? Y'all know who the fuck I'm talking about, so y'all have no fucking reason to even speak. To be honest, in my opinion, that's a bit fruity as hell. Suspect. But hey, I mean, that's how y'all roll, so I mean, shit. It is what it is. Y'all got something to say when it comes to us, but when it comes to them fruit baskets, y'all keep quiet. Hey, whatever floats your boat. But before I continue going on, y'all, let me drop some history gems for you. For the Crips. Now, when Crips first started leaving LA, going out to different cities, well, first of all, before I even pointed that out, Rayful Edmond, you know, if you guys seen that documentary Chocolate City or whatever, there was a part where they mentioned Rayful Edmond did business with LA Crips, specifically the 6 Deuce East Coast set. Now, let me tell you how this shit goes. You're not going to get one without the other fucking with the homies on some business shit. Yeah, you know, they're going to supply and all that, but with that comes their culture. So you're not going to get one without the other. That's one way this shit spread it out. Now, when they first started leaving LA, it wasn't to recruit or anything like that. It was to expand their game. And what I mean by that is they heard about profit that was being made in other cities for a cheaper price and all that. So they went out there and it was on their money shit. Texas, Oklahoma, Detroit, Baltimore, you name it. Now, in New York, that's a different story, though. Well, actually, no, for the Crips, same thing with New York, too. Went out there for the money shit. With the Crips, it was about money when they went out to these different states and cities. Then the locals heard about their reputation back in LA and all that from watching the news and all that. And they were infatuated with their culture, their lifestyle. So they wanted to turn Crips, or they want their crews to turn Crips. So what happened? They started putting that to their benefit. Overnight, over time, you start seeing different neighborhoods and areas being blued up, you know, and local gangs taking on either local Crip gang names or LA Crip gang names like 30s, 60s, etc., etc. DC was the same, but with a twist. See, you didn't really see niggas blued up like that. Because for one thing, unlike other states and cities, DC is where the White House is and the Capitol is, you know, so we had to carry ourselves very differently than our homies in different states. We had to keep ourselves very low key. Now, when LA Crips started coming out DC, it was because they either had family out there or, like the reason I just pointed out, they even had a movie called Life of a King with Cuba Gooding Jr. There was one scene when Cuba Gooding Jr. was taking one of his students home. I want you guys to look at that scene real closely because there was an individual that was posted in front of his apartment building, lighting his mom's cigarette. All right. I want you to look at that specific character real closely. And you guys want to talk about there's no Crips and Bloods in DC and this, that, and third and shit. Yeah, okay. Oh, they just put that there for a prop in the movie. No, they was trying to tell y'all dumbasses something. You had certain sets that went out there for a temporary amount of time, but then all of a sudden you start having sets that came and stayed. And then you had homegrown Crips making them trips to LA and get that blue light to bring that specific Crip gang back to their city and start expanding. And if y'all know who the first generation of DMV Crips are, I ain't gotta say no names, but I'm just gonna say this. I know them personally. And if you know who they are, then you know. And that's what it was back then. See, you either had to know somebody in order to get down with an actual set, or you had to make that trip to LA and get your put on over there and then bring it back. Nowadays, especially in the city, it's easy to come across, Crips and, because back in those times, like during 2000s and 90s, it was really difficult to come across us unless you knew, like, people talk or, like I said, if you know somebody, because we were rolling as like a underground unit. We were incognito. That's why you hear niggas saying, oh, niggas want to be Crips now because Nipsey Hussle died. No, some of us was already that before Nipsey died. It's just when he died, that hit us very differently. And then, as he said, the marathon continues. Well, this Crip shit, et cetera, is a marathon. So why should we hide ourselves? Just because y'all motherfuckers don't approve of us and shit. Fuck y'all. Speaking of rappers that are affiliated, I remember a time a lot of y'all was pressed to be Bloods. And we all know the reason why. Lil Wayne, Cash Money. To this day, y'all want to talk about us want to be from out of town and shit. Looks like to me, you guys try to be like New Orleans niggas. You know what I'm saying? Just the way they are and the way they act and all that. It looks like y'all, I'm talking about back in the day, y'all was trying to be like New Orleans niggas. Nowadays, you guys want to be like Chicago niggas. Y'all just, man, y'all don't even, y'all just blacked up every day. Even when it's summer outside, like when it's hot outside, very hot, y'all just dripped in black. Hot as hell, sweaty as hell, just wearing black. Like y'all from Chicago and shit. Y'all niggas ain't folks. Y'all niggas ain't GDs. You know what I'm saying? It's funny. One time this dyke, I think she's from 37s or some shit like that, but she want to talk about how us Crips aren't doing our, the reason why this thing of ours was made in the first place. We not even doing that shit and all that. But here's the thing though, we not the ones that's raising the murder rate these days. It ain't us. And it's not even the Bloods. We all know who's doing that shit. So my thing to the natives, stay out of Crip business. And on top of that, if you ain't one of us, don't talk about us. Especially if you motherfuckers don't even understand us. Because y'all not like us at all. But anyway, no Crips and Bloods in DC, right? Vampire Bloods, Black Mob Blood. I have stories with them niggas, you know what I'm saying? Back in middle school. especially with the vampires, because it was the vampires that got me started cripping in the first place. They wanted to press the line on my pops and all that, who's a law-abiding citizen, you know what I'm saying? Not affiliated, you know? Pay his taxes. But y'all motherfuckers want to disrespect him and start, you know what I'm saying, harassing him and shit like that. So it was just something about the Crips and the saying cuz and the blue that runs in my family and all that. It was just something I was gravitating towards and all that. And when I heard that they did that shit to my pops, it was on from there to this day. And it's going to be like that till the casket drop. You know what I'm saying? You guys would snake your own mans and all that shit, do him dirty or probably do him bad, and then attend to his mom's funeral and all that shit. Like as if, you know what I'm saying? Without any repercussions. But see, with us, you violate, we handling that. That's all I gotta say. That's politics. See, we not like y'all, and y'all not like us. So stay in y'all lane, and we stay in our lane. Because guess what? Chris been in the DC area and in the city. They're gonna stay there. And there is nothing you guys can do to get rid of us. So get used to it. Or do something about it. They've been there since the fucking late 80s, early 90s, definitely the 90s. And it's 2025, and we still here. So what the fuck is y'all motherfuckers talking about? Oh, and don't get me started. 2011, 2010, Waka Flocka. That's when the Pirus started feeling themselves and all that shit. And you guys say, what? There's no what in the area? I ain't gonna lie, that was a very rough time. That was a difficult time and shit. Now, I say 2000 to 2009 and shit, that shit was fun. Even though we was badly outnumbered and all that, one thing about us, one rule we had was it didn't matter what type of Crip you was or what kind of Crip you was, or, you know what I'm saying, if you identify as a Crip and you see another Crip in trouble, being outnumbered and all that by the enemies and all, you help cuz. The politics didn't matter back then. A lot of us didn't even know anything about the politics like that for real back then. Especially because back then, a lot of Crips were under that 8-ball shit that was going on with the folks. Now, I was one of the ones that really wasn't familiar with the 8-ball. You know what I'm saying? I was always influenced by the LA ways of cripping. I wasn't influenced by the 8-ball. It was actually a blood, one of the very few bloods that I fuck with and got love for to this day that told me about the 8-ball. And I honestly told him I never heard that shit in my entire life. I never understood it or anything like that. And them riddles used to piss the fuck out of me. Now for the Bloods, I'm not going to speak much about that because, you know, but it was coming from two different directions. The West Coast, LA, and New York. Now, the New York brand Bloods was more popular than the West Coast brand of Bloods. The New York brand spread all over the Eastern Seaboard. So we got that. And that's why I'm going to speak about them, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, as for the Crips, I noticed when it comes to the DC natives and all that, the hood dudes, the hood cats, when it comes down to it, they'll side with the Bloods when it comes down to it and go up against us or anybody else. They'll side with the Bloods, though. It's like everybody hates us for some reason. I don't know what it is. Is it because we're the biggest or we're the, you know what I'm saying, strongest? Is that what it is? the most popular, the most influential. Is that what it is? Don't hate. It is what it is. Y'all can't be like us because y'all not us. We us. But word of advice, instead of bashing us and focusing on us and all that shit, y'all might want to figure out how to make it that way y'all hoods don't get gentrified and tore down and all that, because it seems like your hoods is getting taken bit by bit and all, especially Berry Farms. Wasn't that supposed to be a landmark or something? What happened to it? So you guys might want to talk to the mayor and all that shit, or get a petition set up and worry about that shit instead of worry about what the fuck we doing and how we, you know what I'm saying, rolling and all that. Cause y'all minds and business is in the wrong place. But anyway, that's all I gotta say about this discussion topic and all that. Keep your thumbs up, C's eye, and I'll see you in the next video. Keeping it 3100. Don't be mad at me. That's the game. You don't know now. What's that I claim? I claim 3-0. You ask what I bang? I bang 3-0 with the A in the middle. Avenues, cuz, but I ain't with the riddles. Keeps it 3100, but people not like me. I see the weird shit going on repeatedly. But I'm a go-getter. I goes and gets. Never a lazy ass nigga ambitious with my bets. Cross the line, pay the debt. Even with your life, pay the debt. Gotta pay the toll, that's how life rolls. I seen too many plays solid, but they always fold. Had a beating heart, froze that shit cold. Don't give a fuck, I'm in that fucking mode. Seen one side, but now it's the other side. One slick mouth, that life of yours, bye bye.